how to strengthen little fingers. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. We are kicking off this new season with a 5th requested video, so that is amazing. Thank you so much for submitting this question. If you're new here, my name is Nathalie, I'm a musician and I take requests. So if you have a question of your own to ask, do please leave them in the comments below. I'll be very happy to make a vlog for you because we are diving right in this new season and I'm very excited. However, today we are talking about how to avoid any problems with little fingers. And so I do hope I correctly interpreted this question because it was a little ambiguous. I wasn't sure whether you meant having problems with small fingers as in your hand that is rather small and your fingers that might be thin or something, or if you really meant the little fingers as in the 5th and 4th finger. So I'm assuming the latter, and I hope I guessed correctly. If not, then do let me know and I will make a new vlog for you next time. Yeah, so how to avoid any problems, how to avoid pain, how to avoid any more severe problems than that. And well, here are my thoughts and let's dive in. First things first, I am not a doctor or any medical advisor, so if you have problems with your hands, recurring pain, just chronic pain, whatever it is, I really hope you do not. But if you do, go and counsel with someone who is, an expert and can help you with that. However, if that's not the case and you just want to figure out how to avoid pain or tension in your fingers, then do stick around. So, the first thing we want to do is to destroy the myth once and for all that you need power or strength to press keys down. You do not. Your fingers are strong enough on their own, even these little guys, to press a key down. Why? Because it goes with gravity. And so essentially it's actually easier to press a key down than it is to take one up, because then you're going against gravity. I mean, that was my reaction when a professor in a master class pointed it out to me and I was like, oh my god, I never thought about it that way. But so why does it seem so difficult to, move your fingers one by one and make sure you get control over it? Well, because your neurological system needs a bit of time to develop all those patterns. I believe somehow this has something to do with just the evolutionary road. I might be completely wrong about this, so this is an assumption. But if you think about it, if you take your backpack or if you take something out of a cupboard or you're cleaning or whatever, your hand is basically, all your fingers are involved in doing a similar motion at the same time. They might not be all equally strongly involved in it, but they're doing a similar thing at the same time. Whereas when you're playing piano, or you're playing any instrument for that fact, you are moving them in a very individual way. And that just needs time and practice, and that is what technical exercises are for. Now, if you're worried about making a big sound on a piano, again, you do not need strength, because if you use power, in the end you can even break a string. You will definitely hurt yourself, and that is absolutely what we want to avoid at this point. What you can use to make a big sound is just your natural weight, the weight that comes from the tip of your head all the way to the tip of your fingers. And how are they going to sustain all that weight? That is by creating just enough resistance to sustain it. They don't need extra power. You don't need to push with your fingers or anything. They just need just enough resistance to sustain the weight. Okay? So that's really the number one myth you need to destroy once and for all. You do not ever need power or like active strength to use these guys. Secondly, check your posture. A lot of times, especially for beginners, I am definitely also one of those people. When you are first playing the piano, like your this little guy wants to come up, and this little guy also wants to come up at all times. Now, if one of those fingers is up while the rest is down, basically your muscles here are making sure that your tendons are working. And what causes pain or what causes inflammation is the fact that your tendons do not have enough cool down period and therefore inflammate because they're just literally overworked. So how do you avoid that? Is by trying to improve your posture at the piano, and is trying to just very gently see that your little pinky is not always up when you're moving other fingers, or it's making sure that this guy is not moving up when you're playing with your other fingers. It's developing that neurological, those little pathways to make sure that you gain full control over your hand. Second thing you want to check is how your wrist and your arm support your fingers, because they don't have to do everything on themselves. Yes, they need to be individually like very well developed, as in you need to gain control over them individually, but you do not need to let them do everything by themselves. The first thing that'll help is making sure that your knuckles here, these guys, are always apparent and not like this, because then they're not apparent. You can think about it like if you just let your hands fully relax, if you shake them out and then you let it hang, and then, well, if I hang it, it's like this. Then if I align my wrist, it's like this. That is the exact great posture that you need at the piano. Then you just put your fingers on the keys and you're good to go. You make sure that your wrist is at the same height as the white keys and you're fine. Because moving your fingers like this, super easy, because these knuckles, they are supporting them in the movement. Whereas if it's like this, you're moving against the gravity again. And I already feel my muscles here like, whoa, I do not like that. And, that's definitely something you want to check. Are your knuckles apparent? And then another thing you can check is see if your arm is aligned with your pinky, if you need to play with your pinky. So you want wrist mobility. You want to be able to like go along when needed and go back to the thumb position. I haven't it's not my video, but I have found a great video for you to check out. I'm going to link it here above, below. I'll make sure you find it. But do check it out, because this person is a gem when he's explaining how to properly use your fingers and how to properly support your poor little pinky and ring finger, because they deserve way more love than we give them. Also good to keep in mind that, these guys are always a bit harder to control because they share a tendon, and that is Mother Nature, okay? Don't ever try to bypass that, because then you're really just going to hurt yourself. It's made as they are. There's nothing you can do about the fact that they share a tendon, but you can very gently create more control over them by just going through technical exercises, doing a warm-up. You don't need a long time, you just need a little bit. It's basically like you're doing the warm-up right before you work out, okay? 5 minutes is fine, 10 minutes is fine, an hour absolutely not needed. And thirdly, just take regular breaks. I know it is so tempting to keep practicing, especially if you have music that you absolutely adore, or if you have a lot of performances coming up, you're just very excited to practice, or even if you're not excited to practice and you have a lot of music to play, you want to do as much work as you can during a day, but your body needs enough time to cool down. So this is something very personal for everyone, but it might mean that you need a short break every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour, every 2 hours, every 4 hours. It basically depends on everyone. To me, I need a break definitely every hour. That doesn't mean that I'm taking a break of 2 hours, it's just 5 minutes kind of stretching, making sure that the blood is flowing nicely, and then I can continue and it's fine, and I'm totally out of the red zone, the danger of inflammation, okay? Because the minute you injure yourself it's a very long time. I mean, on average 4 to 6 weeks before you are fully recovered. So you want to avoid that at all costs, okay? There's absolutely no need to over practice. Just be very aware of what your body is telling you. Listen to the signs. Do not let stress take over and your brain be like, but if I just keep going for another 30 minutes, I might have... Don't do it. Just take your score and read through it and imagine what your fingers need to do, and in the meantime give them a nice massage. Do something nice for your body. Again, make the blood flow. The more your blood flows, the better it is, and the more easily you also can avoid any problems. And if you are really in trouble and you need assistance, then do go ahead and find it. Don't just wait around and try and figure it out on your own. If you feel like this is something that is recurring, or if you have pain for a week or something, I mean, there's no need to be alone in that problem. There are plenty of people out there, plenty of doctors, experts who can help you, acupuncturists, chiropractors, whatever you need. Reach out, okay, and get help, and then just try and understand your body in the best way you can. So that is all that I have for you on this subject. I hope I answered all or most of your questions. If you have additional questions, do leave them in the comments below. I hope this served you. Again, if I interpret the question wrongly in the first place, then also let me know and I will make a new vlog for you anyway. Or if you have new topics to suggest, then do leave them in the comments below. I will see you again next week, Friday. It's going to be a music video again. We have a couple of live stream videos left for you that are going to be released next week and then 2 weeks after that. And I am working on a very new series, a brand new series, so I hope you will enjoy that. Also, I have some exciting news. I'm going to start a Patreon very soon, so I am looking for what you guys might like most if you are considering to become a patron, which I really hope you are. So stay tuned for that. Check out Instagram, check out YouTube as well. I'm gonna be a bit more active here as well. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Share this with people if you think that this is helpful. And I'll see you again next week, and now I'm gonna drink a lot of water and start breathing again. Okay, take care. Bye bye.